Hello, I'm Guy Woodford, and I'd like to bring you answers to some of the key questions addressed in the Third World Highways Roundtable on Connected Construction. The widespread adoption of technology means a significant increase in data capture. How can this be used in real time to reduce rework and to reduce consumption and emissions in general?
Well, I think it's not about how much data we produce, because we do produce a ton of it. The question is what we do with it and how we simplify usage for simple applications that can guide or give sort of guided decision making for customers. Not to tell them what to do, but to say, hey, this means this amount of earth or dirt move, blah, blah, blah. This is where it's gone. So I think it comes down to utilize data in the best, easiest way for the customers. As an example, I just mentioned this dirt moving exercise, but I think it also is coming down to, as you said, it's about the carbon footprint, but it's also quality. Because when you come to this scenario where you actually know exactly where you are on the model constantly, you also are following spec. When you follow spec, the asset lives longer. So I think all of these things in combination with the amounts of data, but it's, again, how do you make it easier for the customers to be guided by this tangible data that you're getting?
Murray, if we can turn to you, just in terms of the potential real-time use of this data, how far, and obviously I could widen this to all of you, how far are we off from you getting instant data in the operator cab? They can react very, very quickly to this. So there's the analytical data, but there's an immediate benefit. What's happening in that area in terms of machine control and operability?
As Magnus said, actually that's happening today. So the machines are connected to the office connected to the machines, and that data can pass back and forth. To take it to the next level is it's got to be connectivity between all parties. So as from a standpoint, you got your machine to machine, machine to office, you need to have the machine or the connectivity to the subs. You need to have connectivity to the engineers. So as things are going along, if there's a change order, that instantaneously is getting out to the field so that you're not doing a couple extra days or a day or two of work that's not right, because rework means you did it wrong the first time. So if you make sure you do it right the first time, you're eliminating those, which again, minimize your carbon footprint. And then I think with that data, if you're connected in real time, so you have that connectivity, it's not just about what they're doing in the office with it, but how do they integrate that within their whole system within the company. So if it gets into their planning and scheduling, so that it automatically updates in real time the schedule, okay, then everything is on track. You're not always behind the 8-ball or doing things that late in the game. So I think that integration and that connectivity are key pieces to make this real time, that you're getting the, as Magnus said, useful data.
And from a Trimble perspective, Elwyn, in terms of, is there a sense of you trying to empower the customer, empower the machine operator so they can make more decisions quicker themselves based on accurate real-time information?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Guy. It's very much about empowering people with information to make faster decisions. I always tell new people at Trimble that you have to go onto a construction site to really see in action the complexity of all of the different tasks that are happening at once. And so the more that we can help people manage by exception, and when I say that, I mean the old classic, throw up a red flag on a screen that says something is not right here. This machine is not performing at the productivity that we expected. We are not making the kind of progress that we expected. How do we give them tools that they can then, I call it double click, to find out more? Why is that machine not as productive as we expected? Is it the operator? Is it an issue with the machine? Is it an issue with the design? So again, really optimizing that whole process and that whole task through the use of data and analytics to empower people. I think that there is huge opportunity in construction to do more of this. When you talk about sustainability and reduce carbon outputs, a lot of that, as Murray referred to, is about rework and reducing the need for rework, identifying problems early in the process so that you don't have to take up all of that asphalt and start over or whatever. But it's also very much about optimizing materials usage. I think so much of the waste in the industry comes from materials that spoil or materials that aren't laid per the specification, and that is a huge opportunity for us all to impact the industry positively in that regard.